Hello, let's see if I can tilt. There we go. Rotate. Good Lord, y'all. Just when I think I've got everything together, it's going to do it different. Hi, Keto for Life people, and now I have to adjust my whole setup here for y'all. I don't know why this did it this way. But hello, I'm here. Let's see. I think I can make that work. Hello. So, it's so strange, like there's so much above me here. Welcome to Keto for Real Life People YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining, get used to it. It's my real life because I cannot do a live without something different happening every single time. So you guys, I'm super excited about this recipe I'm going to share with you. And of course, the one star of the show, I left in the cabinet. I'm going to get my YouTube going real quick here, and that way I can read comments. By the way, Super Chat is open for anybody who wants to do it, who wants to go. I see Sandra. Woohoo! Let me see here. I'm going to pop glasses on because you know that's the way I have to roll here so that I can see. Yes, yes, yes. I was hoping this would work out. All right, let's skip ads and see where we're at. All right, there we go. So, I gotta tell y'all something. This is a wonderful, fabulous recipe. It's pretty fast, it's pretty easy, but we're gonna have to talk ingredients. So, are you ready? Let's do it. These are the closest thing you're going to get to a Reese's peanut butter cup. So, I'm calling them chocolate peanut butter cookie cups, because they have a cookie base and they have the peanut butter filling, and then they have the wonderful shell chocolate on top. Now I want to talk about equipment that you might need. I'm using my little NutriBullet here to make my crust with. You can use a Ziploc bag with a rolling pin or just something heavy to crunch it up. So I'm going to be using this just because it's quick and it's simple. The other thing, y'all, that I bought, because they're so crap and adorable, are these cute little pans. These are mini Tart pans. The edges are fluted, you know, or they're called quiche pans. But the great thing about them is that the little bottom pops right out. And I don't know how well they would do for liquid because they don't have a seal per se. But with a crust and for what we're doing, these are going to be great. And I can already start thinking of so many things to do. I bought these off of Amazon so that I could get them in time. And once you know, they went to the wrong address. They went all the way to Tyler, where my son and daughter and grandchildren live. Because there was a birthday. And so he brought them to town for me Monday, so I got these yesterday. I'm happy to say these are awesome. They ran me about $14.99, $16 with tax, and you get 6 of these little metal non-stick tartlet pans, and they look like giant peanut butter cups. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me do this. Hello, hello, hello. I see you popping in there. Okay, now then, last week I got a shipment of perfect keto bars in. And I know that not everybody is thrilled with using one product to make a recipe, but I'm like this. I get these kind of things because they're convenient, right? These are the perfect keto new flavor. It is the peanut butter chocolate chip flavor bar, and everybody in my family love them, which is unusual. If you go to my website, I've already got this up and I've talked about it. It's unusual that everyone in my family goes, oh, those are good. Somebody will be like, no, it tastes funny, or no, I don't like the taste of MCT oil, or no, you know, but they all love this. First thing that hits you is the peanut butter. Second thing is you get some chocolate. My husband, who proudly, 3 months, I think now, keto, maybe a little over 3 months, is digging on these because he can just grab them and have something to snack. Mind you, he doesn't need to lose weight. He's just eating because he wants to improve his health, which is still very noble and good. So he loves them. I am already down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So half of my box is already gone. But I told him, back off. He is back off. Because these bars are going to go into a fabulous recipe. I tasted these last week and I knew immediately what I wanted to do with them. So your number one ingredient is the perfect keto bar. And I will tell you, they will be on sale now through I think from yesterday through the 9th, which I will share all the links for. If you go to my website, which I'll post the recipe, it's already ready to rock and roll for y'all. You can get these on sale. It's one of those so much off of one box, so much off 2, 3, 4, and so on, and you can mix and match them. The other flavor that came in that I have not tried to develop a recipe for yet, got a good idea what I want to do, is the pumpkin spice bars, and they are delicious too. They have this fresh pumpkin taste. I kind of gave a sneak preview of these bars last Thursday during my YouTube live. They're delicious, but again, it's a seasonal flavor. They're on sale, so if you want them, get them now. All right, so that's ingredient number one. It is going to be the base of this bar, this candy, this cookie, whatever you want to call it. And then next up, you got it, peanut butter. I've got, I get my peanut butter at Walmart. This is just the Richards, Crazy Richards peanut butter. All natural. The only ingredient in here is peanuts. There's no salt, there's no sugars, there's no additives, so I'm going to use some of that. I'm also going to use powdered erythritol to sweeten it up a little bit and give it that sweet peanut butter taste. And it'll be really smooth. Y'all, I like this So Nourished powdered erythritol. It's one of my favorites because it doesn't have that weird cooling effect that like certain other brands, not to knock them, but certain other brands just have a weird taste to me. Has anybody else experienced that? Has anybody else tried different brands of sweetener and noticed how one brand with the same ingredients tastes different from another brand? I don't know how they do it, but they do. So that's what we're going to use there. The other sweetener, and only a couple of drops, is I have the Now Better Stevia Glycerite 0-calorie liquid sweetener. I'm going to use a couple of drops. A little tip for you guys. So when you're making or baking, okay, cookies, cakes, whatever it is, believe it or not, blending your sweeteners brings a different dimension to your finished product. Have you ever noticed, like, if you were to buy, oh, let's just see here. I happen to have bought a package of Lily's peanut butter cups today because I wanted to show you a size comparison. But I want to see what their sweeteners are. So we have erythritol and stevia. You'll find that over and over and over again because they make a certain sweetness that brings balance, and it kind of enhances your overall product. So anyways, so I've got the liquid stevia here. Just a couple of drops is going to be all. I've got a tablespoon of softened butter. It's room temperature. And let's see. Wait, cover. I decided to add just a little bit of salt flakes on top of this one because I think that's going to be the finishing touch. It's not on my website or in my recipe, but I was like, yes. And I received this flaked Redmond's kosher Himalayan sea salt today from a wonderful lady who's one of my group members on Facebook. Thank you so much. This is going to be perfect for this recipe. And last but not least, I'm going to try to address this. This is vanilla egg white protein. It is 100% egg white protein powder. It is the vanilla flavor. You can buy any brand you want. This brand is expensive. It is expensive, but you can buy any brand you want, vanilla flavored. You might try using whey protein, vanilla flavored whey protein, or any of those. They're less expensive. I can't guarantee the flavor profile on it, but the thing I like about egg protein is that it really is flavorless. Like when you're trying to do something and I'm using whey protein, I can taste it, and I just don't want to taste protein. I don't want to taste a protein bar. And could you use plain unflavored? probably you could, because it's just thickening this, and then just add a little vanilla. So I want to give you a couple of options. This is what I had, and as you can see, it's getting low, and I'm gonna bust out and get me a bag. It's lasted me a year, so it was $45 for a bag of this, but it lasted a year, and I've used it in so many different recipes. And it's great in my waffles and pancakes and stuff like that, all right? So that's all we need. And these are the only size bowls. Now, I'm only gonna make one for you because, again, I wanna point out that you could double, triple, or do ever as many you want. So if you wanted to make 4 of these, for instance, it would take 4 keto bars, and then it would take 1 cup of peanut butter and 4 tablespoons. You know, you get it. You could double, treble, quadruple it, however you see fit. But I'm in a spot, for me personally, making one this size that it's going to be is actually plenty for my needs. But if you're the type that likes to make a batch of something, then you could probably definitely make these, stack them with some wax paper, put them in an airtight container, and you could definitely freeze them. That way you've got them when you want them. The other thing that I want to point out, y'all, is since I've started doing keto and, you know, I've developed so many different types of recipes, particularly things like pies and cakes, or even a recipe for fat bombs. You know, I don't need a full-on regular size cake. I don't need a full-on regular size pie. With it being keto, it is very high fat. It's going to have lots of protein. Usually it's going to have added fiber from the different ingredients we're using. And so a little bit goes a long ways, and it satisfies you and you don't need as much. Now, I have made a full-size carrot cake, but then again, I knew I was going to a pool party where there was going to be 20 people. So I went ahead and doubled my recipe. But normally, like my carrot cake is normally just a 6-inch cake. It's just little. You know, I'll make a little cake and then I make some muffins out of it at the same time. So same difference here. You could, like I said, double, treble, or quadruple this and use a full-size tart pan and make a big one, especially if you're going to a gathering where you know there's going to be other keto peeps. I can't lift up this thing, flat thing, whatever. But if you knew that you were going to be serving a bunch of people, or you just wanted to bring your own keto treat to convert everybody, you could use a full-size one. All right, let me see if you've got any comments, and then we're going to get started. Hello from Northern Kentucky. Grammy says, yes, I've used 2 different, and they had that cooling. Bought the one you used, and I couldn't believe the difference. I'm telling y'all, I have tried a lot of ingredients, so I'm not the begin-all, end-all of knowledge on these things, but I can say that I burned through quite a few different brands until I found the brands that I liked and I stuck with. It's like anything else, you know. When you were non-keto, you had your favorite brand of flour, your favorite types of sugars, your favorite brands of nuts, you know, that whole thing right here. All right, so I'm going to start this off, y'all. I'm just going to take 1 bar, and I'm going to set these over here and get them out of my way. And I'm just going to break it into little squares, crumbles here, and pop it in to my NutriBullet. It only takes a second. That's how quick that was. And then tap, 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 just to make sure it's all there, off of the blades. And I have 1 bar done. And I'm gonna set that behind me there. Now then, I can take my little pan, all right, so I've got my little pans, and I'm gonna move this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Wait a second, y'all. Wine break, because I was thinking wine and chocolate. Oh, that's so good. I've been enjoying a little glass a few times a week, and it's been just right. Just right. So there's no need to grease your pan because there's so much good fat in your Perfect Keto bar. All you need to do is just tip it over and dump it in your pan, and it'll be full, see? But we're gonna press it down. You're gonna press it out to the sides, just like so. And just make sure that it goes all the way up to the edge of your pan. Once you get it pushed to the edges, then you can just kind of tamp it down a little bit. So, wish I had a camera person while I was doing this, you guys, because I would have them, well, shooing flies away. They're trying to get to me. The weather got hot today. And then they could do the overhead shot so that you could really just see close up. That would be awesome. So that's all you're gonna do. And you know what you can do too, you guys? You can use any little dowel or tool, but I've got these little tools. They're a little cheese knife and fork, and it's wooden. And I like to press it against the sides. It helps knowing that you've got it pressed. And this is rounded, so it works out really, really well. Now I will have to use my microwave for a second here for the chocolate chips. But basically you get the idea here. And if you get a few crumbs, just pop them off, because I got a little bit here on this side that looks a little thin. So I'll just pop that in there. And I'll tamp it. Tamp, tamp, tamp. Tamp. And there you go. So now you have your base. To the side we're gonna go. And I even have a few crumbs left in there, but I think I got enough in there. Now I'm gonna move this over here, set my salt out of the way. And next we're gonna start with our peanut butter. So when you get natural peanut butter, it has a tendency to separate. All the oil rises to the top and the solids sit on the bottom hard like a rock, and then in between is just a mess. So I like to stir it really good, and I try to get it's a mess. I don't like working with all natural peanut butter. As a matter of fact, I probably should have used, oh God, Nancy, I probably should have used my perfect keto nut butter, because it's all squeezable in the package. Could have used flavored ones. We're gonna stick with this one, but now you get to see how my brain works. It's exhausting being me, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna go to a 1/4 cup here, and I'm just gonna ooze it in. There we go. There we go. I think that is just enough, and try not to make a big old mess out of the jar. And then I'm going to get that down into my little bowl. And do that, and then I'm going to stick this thing right back into the jar and out of my way, because I know me, I will get it and then I will make a mess with it. All right, to it I'm going to add, basically I'm going to wait on this protein powder, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to go with the erythritol. Now on my website I put 1 to 2 tablespoons sweetness. I'm going to tell you all the same thing that I tell everybody when it comes to seasoning, like salt, pepper, garlic salt, those kind of things. You always do it to taste. Same thing with sweetness levels. You know, we're keto. What's super sweet to you might just be completely unsweet to a non-keto person. So it's up to you as to how much you want. So I'm gonna take and just level off. I probably should have sifted this, because it's a little lumpy. It's a little lumpy. My God, Nancy. My God. Someday, I'm going to be smooth. But maybe that's why y'all like me, because my computer just got really sweet. So I'm going to just do it again. I'm not going to stress, because I have a hormone patch on now. Yeah, I'm super happy. Truly I am. I don't even know. I can't even tell y'all. Can't even tell you all. I feel like somebody came in, stole the dark forces that were residing in my brain for the last half year, and now they replaced it with happy-go-lucky girl, to the point that I'm like, Jesus, slow down. But I'm not gonna complain. And I'm gonna go with a full two count. Now, I know that there are going to be some of you going, well, wait, what's the carb count on it? I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. My OCD is kicking in really hardcore because I have got this powdered erythritol all over this laptop, and it's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to get rid of this really quick as best I can. And I'm going to grab a paper towel, and I'm going to shoo off as much as I can. Whew, they're just freaking me out. Just freaking me out. All right. Let's move that out of the way. Now, I'm going to take a little whip. I'm going to get 2 whips out. Whip it good. I love these little whips, y'all. Walmart had these little silicone-coated whips, and I paid like $2 for one, and I was like, oh, it's so cute, I love it. And then I went to the Dollar Tree, and then they started carrying them too. So I picked up another one. Now I'm thinking I need to go back, and I need these mini spatulas and these little mini whips. I'm going to stock up on them. $1 a piece. They're so convenient. I'm going to give these guys a stir. Yeah. And the other thing that I'm going to do, and let's see if my butter, it's still a little cold from the fridge. So give me a second. It doesn't matter if it's melted or whatever. You just want it not cold. I'm going to give it a quick 10 seconds. And I'll just stand right here. Do y'all like my red lipstick? I love this red lipstick. Huh? See, it melted down a little bit. It's all good though because it's going to go back to solid. So about the lipstick, it's Sephora. I can't remember what number, but I bought it like 4 years ago, and I thought I'd lost it, and I found it today, and I'm like, oh my God, it is the perfect red. At least for me, it's the perfect red. It's not too dark. It's not too bright. I'm going to get this butter in here now, and you'll see how it'll kind of smooth back out. Melt that erythritol down. There we go. You know, if it's great and you like this and you want to omit this, fine. But do think about it because see, it's going to be really creamy. And I just wanted to make it a little firm. All right, I'm going to give it a little taste with my pinky. Oh, it's so good. So tasty. But I'm going to give it because I need my little bit of vanilla. And I started out with a teaspoon, and then I worked my way up to basically a tablespoon. So I'm going to do the same thing. Kind of go with 2 of these and see where we're at. Sometimes baking is a fickle thing, you guys, because temperatures do matter. Like yesterday, it was a beautiful day. Highs only in the 70s when I did this the first time. Today, it's 81, feels like 83 right now still at this time. See, it's still a little. So I'm going to go ahead with that last teaspoon, and that makes 1 tablespoon. Just want to be on the safe side. It's easier to add rather than go, oops, I put too much and I can't take it out. So I'm going to do that. And it's going to have some vanilla in it now just because of that powder. I don't need to add any extra to it. And I do believe, yeah, it has a little stevia in it too. So it does have some sweetness to it. Not a big deal. All right, it's beautiful. That's the taste I was looking for. Oh, you guys, it's so good. Oh, my face is frozen on YouTube like this. I don't know, internet issues abound. I'll refresh the page. So let me get rid of this. I'm going to set this away too. I think I'll still need this. I can't remember if I do or not, but let me get this out of my way too. The more that I get out of the way, the more you can see. Skip ads. All right, and now I can take a look at comments. Can we see what you're doing? What if you don't have liquid stevia? I mean, I wonder if you have stevia packets, you could try that, you guys. Hold on, I felt like I had it right here. I don't want it to get near my peanut butter. But invest one at a time. Building a pantry is a slow process. I mean, if you've got bank and you can go down and just load up on all kinds of baking ingredients, fine and well. If you're like me, it comes 3 different ways. I've invested a lot of money over the last couple of years. Like I said, trying brands, finding brands, sticking with brands, replacing my ingredients because, hey, I'm developing stuff, so I do go through these ingredients a lot faster. I've had wonderful, wonderful people just send me products that they know I use out of the blue. I'll receive a bag or 2 bags of powdered erythritol or pork skins or you name it. I've received salt. Just I open up my mailbox and somebody has sent me something, so I'm blessed in that. But even so, I have invested a lot over the years. And once a week or once or twice a month, pick up something. Get that one thing that's a little pricier and be done with it. Especially if you are not going to be in here doing this like on the weekly like I do. All right, so we have this done. We're going to set it to the side. We're going to swap this out, and now we're going to go with some chocolate chips. Here's where I'm going to be able to tell the difference, you guys, because I was using I have 5 bags of chips in my pantry. 5. I thought one was chocolate. I knew I had 2 white, 1 butterscotch, and 1 salted caramel. No, I did not. It was a hidden bag of white. And then I bought white again on top of it. So I went to the store today. All I had yesterday when I made this was about 1/3 of a cup, and I'll kind of know when I pour it and then I'll measure it, of Wholesome Provisions chocolate chips. They're the same company that makes Miracle Flour. They make sprinkles. They make all kinds of all those seasonings that I like to use. So anyways, that was what I used yesterday for my top, and it was delicious. But that was all. So I had to go today, and I got the Lily's. These are the milk chocolate. I looked at the nutrition label. There was no difference in the carb count between the milk and the dark, and I went with the milk because I like milk. You choose. If you want dark, use dark. All right, so I'm going to get out my 3rd cup and see what it looks like in the bowl, because that's kind of what I did yesterday. I just kind of eyeballed it, and that looks just about right. I probably won't need that much, okay? There'll probably be a little bit left over, but I'm sure I can find something to do with it. Give me a second. I'm going to just pop this into the microwave for 30 seconds. And this is where I'm going to come in with the stevia too, y'all. So let me explain this to you. Microwaving chocolate chips, you can burn them really easy. So what you do is you do them by 30-second increments. Now, if I had a whole cup of chocolate chips, I would go a full minute, and then I'd give it a stir, and then maybe I'd go for 30 more seconds, you know, just a little bit. Once they look like they haven't done anything. That's the one thing about chocolate chips. They just hold their shape until you give them that stir. So I like to err on the side of safety and not waste my product. And let me show you what I'm talking about. You can see that it looks just a little bit melted, but generally they still look the same, just a little shiny. Guarantee you they're not. So let's check and see where we're at. I'm gonna use my pink whisk now, and immediately it melted. There's no need for us to add any heavy cream or anything like that. I am gonna add just a couple of drops of stevia. 1, 2. It's more like a little 2-count stream. It doesn't take much, and I give it a taste, more or less as you like. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so and one last thing. Oh, last but not least, that I forgot is always forgetting something. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is good because it's going to give a nice shine on your chocolate, but it's also, I'm just gonna dip my sugar tablespoon here, but it's also gonna help re-solidify your chocolate. So I just want 1 tablespoon, that's it. And it melts so quickly. Anything above 70 degrees, it automatically melts down, so you don't have to microwave it or anything like that. Let me set it back here too. And I'm gonna just stir that right in, and it's gonna make it a little bit more pourable and easy to work with as well. See how it's shiny? Make sure you get your bowl scraped on the sides. Just like that. And, you guys, this is so simple. Now, I will tell you, before I get this last little bit done, I did stop and get some silicone molds at Walmart. Just this one. It was $3.97. These are going to be great because we've got, let me come up on here. If you can find like the peanut butter cup molds, you can make this with 1 bar. I'm sure you could probably get like 6 or 4 or something like that if you want to make single little bite-sized ones. But look at the interior of this. Isn't that beautiful? They're the little spheres, the little round circles, and the rectangles. And they're pretty deep. They're about 1 inch. So a little more time consuming, but you could do this. You can also fill these with chocolate melted. I can melt these whole bag of chocolate chips. I can fill this all up, let it set for a little bit, and then dump it out, and then put a filling on it, and then I'm looking forward to the holidays. We're gonna do it this way though. So I am going to take my little tin, and I'm going to put my peanut butter in there. Just like that. And you might have a little left over, and that's okay, because you can put it in there because you want to leave a little room for your chocolate on top. I did this last night too, and I ended up taking it a little bit out of it just because I was like, I want a nice solid top. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to just take a little scoop, maybe a half a tablespoon of that. And then I'm just going to come back in and bring this down. And this, now I've got a nice little lip here, a little thing. And you just try to smooth it. You can even do this little bit here. Just tap it gently, not too much because you don't want to break your crust. And it'll smooth down. Little swirl on top, that's fine. And get you a plate or a saucer or a pan, so that once you're done, it's easy to lift up. And we're gonna pour chocolate. And we're gonna pour chocolate. Just let it go. You wanna just be careful. I mean, if it over pours, that's fine too. It's filling up, and that's good. See, I just don't, there we go. Now I'm just going to give a little jiggle here. Oop, it's dripping. It's dripping! And now you can see that it's all the way to the edges. I'm going to shake it just a titch. And I'm going to use this wire whip. And I'm just going to gently pull it to the edge. I want it to go all the way. I do not want to see any of that cookie, y'all. No cookie showing. I'm just pushing it around to the little tips, little flutes. It's going to seal it because this will harden. It's so smooth, pretty, and glossy. There we go. Just a little bit. I put these in the freezer last night. Worked out fast. It's a rapid, like a flash cooler to it. And pull it over. Just pull. Pull. And there. There we go. I get so into this, y'all. When I really get to take my time, it's so fun. I love it. All right. So, there we go. Now it is completely, let me walk it around so you can see it. I don't want you to miss any of this. I want you to be able to see how it is to the edges now. I don't want to tilt it. I'm tilting it all the way around. There's a little drizzle. It's all right. It's all good. And then we go into the freezer. Or you can just stick it in your fridge and wait till however long. You push this stuff back and set that there. And voila. That's how easy it is. But you're like, how long does it take, Nancy? Well, it took about 15-20 minutes is all. It's quick. And it's way quicker when I'm not talking the whole time. I will tell you that. So you saw the size of that. Let me just pull this back up. There we go. And refresh it. And let's get a drink of wine. And then we will talk about this scrumptious goodness right here. It's so good. What you need, baby doll?
I'm going around front.
Okay. Husband's going around front. He's tall. He's like, here, I can't get across my kitchen for that thing. So I want to show you what's left of last night's. And then I'll look at the comments, you guys. Here, let me have another sip of this. So darn tasty. All right. So I'm going to come around here, and I've got about a third of this left, and you can see how the bottom of this is all together. It's the cookie crust. You can see the edges, how I made sure to go all the way to the edge so that it's sealed on top. And then look at all that wonderful peanut butter in there. Now then, I guess I have a little cheese knife right here. Let me cut it. This is what I'm talking about, you guys, because it's such a big Reese's, you don't have to eat the whole thing. You can just cut it and serve it. And it's so easy to do. Let me just show you. Look at that. It's like a miniature little pie because it's truly a tart. I'm using Tart pans. And that is a good size bite. I mean, look, that is a good size bite. So you're gonna get at least 6 servings out of this. I mean, you make this, you come back, you post under the comments, say, Nancy, it tastes just like a Reese's peanut butter cup without any of that weirdness to it, you know? No weirdness to it. I wanted to be able to show you that finished product just like that. And we can hang out for a minute while I do all this and check it so that you can see how it just pops right up out of the pan, y'all. It's so easy. I'm going to take a look at comments now. Oh, let me tell you something else too. These are the lilies. These are the lilies. I know it's probably backwards, but peanut butter cups. And I know I felt like I used a lot of ingredients, but I want you to see something. You can see, look at, I'm using way fewer ingredients. I picked this up at the store today. It was $1.20 or $1.19 for just 2 little peanut butter cups. Just 2. If I wanted the bag of peanut butter cups, which had 6, I think it was like $5.96 for a bag, for a half a dozen. So price-wise, you're gonna be saving a lot of money to make your own. And then you're gonna get cleaner ingredients and you're gonna get better flavor. So look, here they are. They're I'm not knocking them. I buy these, why? Because I like them. I love peanut butter cups, they're my favorite. Okay, so they're super thin. Let's see how it stacks up against my little piece here. So we're down to it, like, look. We put them there, side by side. Mine, lilies. Look how much peanut butter and cookie and yumminess there is. Let's look at this. There's really a difference, a huge difference, you guys. I can taste the salt in this. It also tastes like caramel. It also tastes like coffee. those are the flavors that come through to me. And it's not bad. It does taste artificial, like good artificial candy does. It's got a sticky chewiness to it too. It's a little different. I'm just eating chocolate. Elevate today some chicken legs. So now I'm gonna take my little cookie. It just opens up. It's so freaking tasty. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. Oh, I want to get chocolate. I almost rubbed my hands on my apron, and my daughter bought me some aprons at Canton this weekend. Aren't they adorable? I mean, I know, but it is cute. I love it. So before these completely harden on me, I'm going to take a little sprinkle of salt on top of this. And it's already starting to set a little bit. So there we go. I got a little bit of salt on top. Ta-da! Now I will answer questions. Here we go. Let me open this back up. Let me do it. Come on. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Come on. Come on. Open up. Okay. Let's see what's rolling. Beth says, this looks so yummy. Oh my God, this looks so good. Carmen, if I make them that size, it's one serving. Zero control. Well, for me, y'all, the secret, believe it or not, for me is share. I love sharing. For me, I love creating these kind of things. I like to share them. I like to share them with you guys. I love to taste them and just like, they're so good. And then for me to make them again, it's going to probably be, now I will probably make these. I'm probably going to take these dang keto bars and I'm going to make them up because it is October. I have an agenda this month, you guys, and I plan on enjoying Halloween. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And my hubby loves having his sweets and his treats, so long as they're keto or non-sugar and non-carby, he's gonna get them. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. But generally speaking, I don't. Like, I create recipes. I make ice cream in the summer, maybe once a month. These kind of treats like this, holidays. So it doesn't take long though. And again, a good rule of thumb is freeze them till they're rock solid hard. So you gotta let them thaw, pull them out when you need them, portion them out, make smaller ones instead of 4-inch ones. Let's see here. Oh, Sharon, oh my goodness, nice. You see, I wish I could find those. Now, I will link everything up. And if you go to my website, you guys, it's ketoforreallifepeople.com. I've already posted it. I posted it this morning before everybody knew about it, and I just did not share it with anybody. I just put it on there. So this recipe is already there. And I want to let you know, I don't know if it's going to work, but I just bought a subscription today to a widget that is supposedly compatible with Squarespace, and I'm gonna try it out, and if that's the case, then moving forward, because I got no time to be going backwards, I will be able to do printable widgets so you guys can go to the recipe and print it out. I know a lot of people like doing that. Me, I used to have a whole folder in my bedroom, in my file cabinet, of just recipes that I found on the internet over the years. I would print them out like a mad woman. And they do come in handy, especially ones that I like to use at holiday times. But I found that, you know, with my mobile phone, screenshot it, you know, just screenshot the section, and, you know, it stays there. And then if I need it, I go back, I get it again if I've deleted it. So just saying. Oh, and the other thing I was saying is that there are links for everything that I've mentioned tonight, even the, well, I don't know about those darn pans or anything like that. Maybe I did, but I linked everything. You should be able to click on anything you're interested in. It'll take you straight to wherever you need to go. Let's see. Sissy says, I buy a lot of molds after the holidays because they are cheaper. Yes, girl, that's true. And you know, for a while, before quarantine ever happened, it seemed like these things weren't quite as expensive, were they? I was going on Amazon and I was getting some good deals. And by the way, I have a whole tote. Well, a small, like a large Rubbermaid thing. It's not quite a tote, but it's a small tote full of molds, and I cannot find them. Maybe one of my daughters borrowed them. I don't know. Let's see. Awesomeness. Lisa said, I turned my phone and now I can see what you're doing. Oh, that's so good. I don't know why it recorded in portrait instead of horizontal. I have no clue. It's never done that before. But for the last couple days, y'all, I've been experiencing all kinds of technical difficulties with the internet and its World Wide Web. Sounds divine, darling. I love you, darling. Could you use butter instead of coconut oil? I imagine you could. Now, I'll tell y'all, the reason the coconut oil is great is because it does chill really fast below certain temperatures, and there's no solids in it, dairy solids, so you get a prettier shine. But I'm sure if you don't mind it being a little different color and have a little more buttery flavor, it still hardens when it's cold, right? Now I'll tell you, I pulled this little bad boy out right here before the live ever started. I pulled it out probably a good 10 minutes, and it's already 6:47. So it's been out just about an hour from the refrigerator. And let's do a check. So when it first comes out and it's just cold, it's delicious. Now I will tell you, now that it's been out an hour, the bottom of this crust is softening and it is starting to kind of melt a little bit. Or, I'm just saying, it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. It's like a dessert. I'm gonna eat this. Oh, my fingers. Maybe you could get a fork. You could definitely get a fork. This guy has got enough preservatives that it's been sitting out on a shelf all day and in my house all day, and it's still solid as a rock. So I didn't add any kind of preservatives to keep it from being soft. But after an hour, it's going to be soft. Oh, it's so good. I'm making nachos for dinner tonight. As soon as I get done with this live, I'm going to make queso with ground beef in it. We're going to put it over pork skins. We're going to top it with some sour cream, some tomatoes, and some green onions. And that's what we're doing for din tonight. But now I've been eating chocolate. Sharon says, I like milk chocolate too, Nancy. Yes, Wholesome Provisions chocolate chips are delicious. You know, they run about the same exact price as Lancanto's, which I like their chocolate chips too. Don't like them as much as I like, no, I love their chocolate chips. I don't like their syrup. That's the thing there. Wow, United Kingdom, Angie. Wow, welcome. Real life, eh? We love it all. Yeah. You know, doing this portrait mode right here, I feel very like I have a gigantic kitchen, but for real, it's just my gigantic phone capturing all of everything above me. Let's see. Keto-licious Life says, I was so looking forward to this recipe. Yum. All right. This looks awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I think we're good. We're gonna check on this because it might not be perfectly set, but we're gonna see how close we get. I want you to see how beautiful this is, y'all. You know, look at the little bit of salt peeking from the top. I'm trying to let the light hit it. It is already solid. It probably could be a little bit more solid, so I don't know, but it's stuck to the plate pretty good. Now, I want to do this in front of y'all and just pray that it all works out, because I'm gonna push. I'm gonna let it sit on my hand for just a second and maybe just go around the edges here. But I'm going to, oh, there we go. I just pushed until I broke the seal, y'all. Oh, I lost part of my cookie on that side. Look how pretty it is. I lost a little bit of cookie right there, just a little bit. Not much, I could set it back on there if I wanted to. But look at that. It's solid. Your cookie stays solid because of the fats in it. Your coconut oil or butter, if you choose, that's up to you. I do recommend coconut oil first. Is beautiful. I'm trying to catch that light. I want to bend it so that you guys can catch how beautiful that is. Yes, there we go. You can see the salt right there. And then we've got this base to serve it on. And I have taken the base off of this, as you can see with the other one, but I'm not going to now because it really has not sat in there long enough. But let's give it a cut. I'm gonna cut over here. I'm gonna cut right here. I love, oh, it's coming off of the base. I'm gonna put my hand out. Look. Think cream cheese filling too. These little tart pans are gonna be amazing. Okay. The keto bars come in so many flavors. Pumpkin spice. I could do something with caramel and chocolate, make turtle pumpkin. Ooh, there we go. Look. I'll show you inside. Right there. Okay. Oh, I could bite it, but I don't know. But think about it. Cream cheese fillings. There's so many possibilities with those little tart pans and with the cookie bars. Salted caramel flavor, lemon poppy seed, chocolate chip, pumpkin chocolate, chocolate brownie. So some people, oh, I think it was Lisa who said that she has the salted caramel and and what other flavor? She didn't care for them. And I know she's in here watching. The salt sets it off. But you might not enjoy the bar straight up, but you can alter the bar and still make the best darn crusts. As a matter of fact, I'm coming out with a new, who loves s'mores? Because I'm coming up with a new s'mores gig for y'all. I'm also working on apple butter for y'all, minus the apples, so we'll call it mock apple butter. I don't know if it's going to turn out. I'm just saying these are things that are going around in my kitchen right now, and once I get them, then I get super excited, then I share them with you. But sometimes I just like to mention the different things that I'm always working on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video tonight. Have a wonderful night. If you make this recipe, please do me a favor and comment below how it turned out. How did you like it? What do you think? Could I make it better? What would you do? Did you tweak it? You've got the idea now, so run with it. I love y'all. As soon as I get this thing uploaded, I will make sure to share the links. I have them ready for you so that you can get the recipe on my website, that you can purchase keto bars if necessary. It is an affiliate link. The website has affiliate links in it, so just Amazon. You know, it's not like meh. Perfect keto now. The rest, yeah. All right. Remember, guys, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and get you some.